Hey y'all, thank you for tuning in to Chop It Over Cheap. This is Family Friday, take three actually. I have some new equipment, so I'm working some things out. So I had to try a couple of times. I don't really like for the camera to be this close to me, but editing, hopefully I can make it work. So my daughter's gonna be joining me. Like I said, this is take three. If you're watching on Instagram, thank you for tuning in. And if you're just discovering me on YouTube, please go ahead and hit that notification bell and subscribe so you can be tuned in when I drop new content. My daughter's about to join. Give me 1 second. Okay, you guys. So let's see. All right, there you are. Hello. Good evening.
Hi.
Take three. Um, so, um, yeah, I obviously had some technical difficulties trying to use my new microphone. That was not working, so I'm going to have to play around with that this evening before my recording tomorrow. So I was just telling people, this is Family Friday, and yeah, I hadn't really got into what we were going to talk about. So tonight we're going to just talk about if I can read my own writing. That is really sad. So navigating the world with a toddler during COVID since outside is open. Um, and just kind of talking about, I texted you earlier and told you, I'm just kind of talking about just bringing your perspective as a young lady trying to date, have a relationship in the world today. Like, I just think you have a unique perspective just being, kind of in the middle of, millennials and Gen Xers. And then we're going to close out and we're just going to hear your opinion from your particular demographic regarding the cancel culture. This whole thing in the canon is not the first time this has happened. So I'm just going to go ahead and just, like I said, it's really interesting. And I don't want to say interesting. Interesting sounds like it's taking it light. But living in the time we're living in right now, it really feels like a movie. It feels like many movies that we've seen. There's been tons of movies, and they've all released them on like Prime, Netflix. There's a lot of movies about viruses being released, different things that cause, different symptoms and deaths and all of that. And it really feels like being in a movie right now because it's something I've never seen. I know they talked about 1918, the Spanish flu, I think it was called, and being similar to this. But anyway, I know that in your lifetime, you've never seen anything like this or heard of anything like this. And growing up, um, and just in case I didn't mention it, y'all, this is my daughter. This is my oldest daughter. Um, I never really watched movies like that. Yeah, hey, Sasha. Um, I never really watched movies like that. I know you guys know I like horror movies and supernatural movies and stuff, but I never really watched movies about viruses and plagues and stuff. And
Me
like,
either.
yeah, it just always kind of gave me the creeps. But we're living it right now, so just I mean, I think that as strange as it may sound, different age demographics have vastly different views on everything from politics to relationship to raising kids, everything. And so, with you being in your early 30s and me being in my early 50s, that's the first time I told you.
Almost mid 30s.
Almost mid 50s. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
We obviously have experienced life differently. So, I told you before when we were talking, I just don't know what I would do if I was experiencing this.
Hey, DJ.
I see people joining, but y'all know I have poor eyesight and I don't have one of them big old gigantic phones. But I'm gonna speak that thing. It's gonna manifest. I'm gonna get it. I do have a new phone, but it's not that big, and so I can't. I just can see when people join. So hey, nephew, thank you for joining. So, with that being said, I just want you to talk a little bit about because I don't know. I just don't know what I would do if you guys were in grade school right now and they're talking about reopening and everything. And honestly, I can tell you right now, I know that I wouldn't send you back, but I don't know what the ramifications would be. I don't know if the government would come for me or what I could do.
Right.
But I know I would not be comfortable with you guys going to school. Now, my grandbaby, Sanaya, who I wanted to interview tonight, but that's soon to come. She's not in school. Yeah, she probably wore herself out. She's not in school, but she goes to daycare because you're a working mom. And so I just want you to speak to, just your thoughts around that. Do you have any anxiety about that? Or do you have concerns about that? Just the sheer fact that she interacts with, a different number of people through any given day, coming in and out of daycare and stuff like that. I mean, do you have any anxiety about it, or are you just kind of like, hey, I'm okay with it, or just kind of, how do you feel about that, having a 4-year-old that has to go in and out of daycare, and there's different people coming in and out of the home, and while the daycare worker themselves, they may be following all the protocols and guidelines, but we really don't know what people do when they're not in our presence. So, just share your thoughts around that.
I don't right now. I necessarily don't have any anxiety about it because I've been very fortunate and blessed enough to have her go to not a daycare center, but an actual just home. And the kids that she's around, it's the same kids that she's known since she was a baby, and most of their parents are working from home, so they're not doing a lot of in and out, like going to different places. They're at home, and there's like one family where they like work in a food truck, so I'm not really too worried about that. Now, if she was in a daycare center, I probably wouldn't be sending her. I probably would just be home with her, but I don't really have any anxiety because she's in a age right now where I don't have to worry about her going to school either. So, but I mean, for people that I might personally know, it's like, man, I don't know what I would do if I was in your position, because it's stressful, especially for the parents that still have to work, who might not be working from home, still have to go to a location to work, and then have their kids go to daycare. And with the school year coming up, like, I see some people that I know right now that are posting about, like, they have no idea what they're going to do because none of them are comfortable with sending their kids back to school because it's not safe. So yeah, I can imagine that it's hard. And if I was in their shoes, I really wouldn't know what to do either. I wouldn't want her to go.
Yeah, and you just made a great point. And I know I always say to people, and when I'm doing these videos, I don't know if anybody watches the news like I do, but I stay clued in. And it's because it's such a fluid situation. Like, it literally changes from day to day. But lately in the news, like the past couple of days, parents are kind of standing up and putting their foot down and saying, hey, no, this is not okay. Because, there's a push from the White House and from other sources to open the schools. And of course, we don't really know what the agenda is with that. Like, I have expressed my opinion, which I'm free to do in America. There's supposed to be freedom of speech. And I feel that for whatever reason, I feel that I see a push towards vaccinating kids in school for this. I'm sorry. I feel
I see that too.
Yes, the way that they're framing this, and it keeps changing every day, and the developments and this or that. And of course, us lay people, us regular folk, we don't really know what's behind big pharmaceuticals. Hey, Faithy. Faithy, as my grandbaby calls you. Thank you for joining. She always gives people a nickname. Me and Sasha talk about that all the time. Everybody got her nickname. So you're Faithy. But we don't really know what's behind big pharma, but we know it's money. And so I just feel like, from my particular age group and what I've experienced in life and just my own knowledge, perception, vibrations, whatever, I see this being geared a certain way. Now, if you're going to put kids in school, you're really driving that home. Like, they need to go in school, and it's good for this, it's good for that, blah, 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 blah. When we have proven that we have the capability, we have the technology to work from home and to school from home. So why is this so necessary? That's one thing. What's really behind it? If we know that clearly, those of us who watch the data and who stay clued into the news, we see people are still contracting this. you can debate the numbers and all that. I mean, you can always find something to debate. But the fact remains that we see people dying, and it's connected to corona for whatever reason. So, with that being said, why would you say that children, what they've been saying is, children can be super spreaders and carry it, but not be sick, but bring it home to your parents, your grandparents, and all of that. But we need the kids in school. Now, in school, I worked in the school system. I was a teaching assistant. There are people who volunteer in schools who don't work for the school, and they're usually senior citizens, which they came out early and told us is, a very susceptible group. So it just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, why are you really pushing this? And I know that, I would not be comfortable with it. And I think about my granddaughter, and I know that Faithy is safe and things like that. But because of the narrative that they're putting out, it just makes you wonder, like, how is this thing really spread? Like, now they're saying it's airborne, that it lingers in the air, where before it was spewed out. So,
I don't know. All of it just sounds like a setup to me. And then it's like, it doesn't logically make sense to open schools back up when some states are closing back down. Like, it's still spreading, but you guys want the kids in school. But several states that have reopened have now been closed down again. So none of it makes sense. And I just feel like it's just some type of control to what is it, for population, trying to get rid of a certain amount of population. Yeah, so it doesn't make sense to me.
And also this vaccine. If you drive up the fear and the hype and you're changing it every day and people don't know how they're going to get it, well, you know that whenever they release this vaccine, and I saw last night on the news, they have some guinea pigs that they have volunteered. Some people are, adventurous. They volunteer to take this experimental vaccine. They have no idea what it's going to do to them in the long term, but they did it. And so you hype up the fear and, it changes every day and this and that. Then when they drop that vaccine, there's a certain population that's going to flock to it.
Jump on it.
I will not. But, a lot of people will. Yeah. So, I think there's definitely more to this. It doesn't make sense to me because, and here's another thing, because I do watch the news, I remember in the beginning, they were saying, you don't need a mask. Please don't wear masks because it's going to take away PPE, which is, protective gear for the, frontline workers. Please don't do that. There's not necessary. And I'm telling you, this went on for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning.
Back and forth.
As you know, you grew up watching me I wake up, turn on KARE 11 News in Minnesota, and then the Today Show come on, and while y'all getting ready for school, I'm getting ready for work, the Today Show is on. So I stay clued in. So during that first, when it first came out, they were saying, you don't need a mask, don't worry about it, da-da-da. Well, now they're pounding that in. Wear a mask, da-da-da-da-da. But if you really pay attention, they keep changing it. They're saying it's mutating.
Keep going back and forth.
You need a mask. Please wear a mask. Wear a mask. So I feel like there's definitely more. I just feel like this vaccine carries more than we realize. Like I said, all the developments that's happened when they drop that vaccine, people are going to flock to it. And I feel like they're going to hype it up. I think they're going to make it mandatory for kids. That's what I think. I think the reason they're driving this home, this is just what I think.
Yeah.
Get the kids in school. Whether the kids start passing away or not, I bet grown-ups will. Because they're saying that kids, just like when you were little, and you would bring home strep throat and stuff, and I would get it, and you would be just fine. I know you remember that.
I probably am asymptomatic.
Exactly. But I be sick. I'm the one jacked up. You know what I'm saying? So, but, that, I just wanted to hear what you thought about that, because I'm sure there's a lot of parents, like I said on the news last night, parents are really starting to pipe up about this. Like, why can't we just do distance learning? Like, you want to risk lives just so the kids can go to school. Why?
Like, for what? Yeah.
So, did you have any other thoughts on that before I move on?
Oh, no.
Okay. So I swear I was scribbling stuff down and I was having issues and stuff. What nephew say?
He said, "Good stuff."
Thank you, thank you. I meant to screen record. I like to screen record the comments
I
so
screen
people can.
recorded.
Huh?
I
You are
screen recorded. Yeah.
okay. Look at you again with the technology. Okay. Um, so I don't know what this is on my paper. So oh, it just came through. So I had mentioned to you that um, it's just so much going on. It's so much to unpack in the world today. Not only just as a person of color, but being women. Um, we have a different, I don't even know what to call it, just a different narrative on life being a woman. Um, there's things that about us that a man could never understand the way that we think because they're a man and we're a woman. And so, you know, I like to, like I told you when we were dialoguing before we went live, what I would like to do in this space is just bring different narratives. I don't like when people are in a tunnel and they only can see their perspective, and what affects them. It's very valuable to see and hear and listen to other demographics, age groups, races, people with different financial statuses, because when you don't do that, you have a very narrow view of the world. And you can't relate, you're out of touch. And so,
Right.
I had you when I was 19 and, didn't really know anything about life, but of course I thought I knew everything. And, so, I mean, of course I know everything. Like, my parents don't know anything. Like, what are you talking about? But we know that that's not true. The longer we live, we look back on some of the things that our parents tried to tell us to say.
Tweaking.
Huh?
Said, like, man, I was tweaking.
Or mom was right, or dad was right, So, but with that being said, I said that to say that where you are right now, obviously, I've already been there. I was a single mom and a woman. And I think a lot of times we can't separate the two. We box people in where we think they belong. Well, she's a mom and she shouldn't this and she shouldn't that. But she's a woman, and so I just kind of was just, wanting to hear just whatever, it's kind of like a free form conversation. You're a new mom, not new anymore because Sanaya is 3.5 years old.
Yeah.
Grown self. And I mean that mentally, like, she ain't grown like fast. I mean, she's just
right.
Smart, like,
her own person. Yeah.
Yeah. But, just being a single parent, I mean, just I guess, whatever you want to share as far as what it's been like trying to date and be a single mom. Yeah, I think that's just good right there.
I guess trying to date as far as being a single mom, like at least for like the first year, like year and a half or so with having her, I wasn't really trying to or interested in like dating people like that when she was like a baby. And then plus just thinking like it's very true as far as even outside of dating or trying to go and do anything or hanging out, you feel guilty like, oh, I shouldn't be out having fun because I need to be at home being a mom. So like that's happened to me a lot. But yeah, it's very hard because it's like you don't want to like, I don't know, like bring people around her and stuff, and then just the whole thing of like with me being young or young 30s, like they always say be vibrant and date multiple people and this and that, and it's like it's just kind of hard like trying to date multiple people and then knowing if someone's going to accept your kid or not, or it's just a whole lot that goes into it. So I mean it can be tough, or it has been tough, but it's a lot of guilt that goes into it.
I think you brought up a real valid point because I think along with that guilt, it's because of the judgment from the world, from society, or if you're in church and things like that. Like I said, I've already been where you are. I had 3 kids, and I was a single mom. And for me, I just chose to just be at home with my kids. But I still had, the desire to have that person
The
there.
adult attention. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that sometimes we give people space to judge us who have no right to judge us, and it's just really hard. It's hard navigating the world, being a woman, being a parent, wanting what's right for your kids, but still wanting to be a woman and feel like a woman. So I just think that a lot of women struggle with navigating that because we're always judged for whatever decisions that we make either way. And then I get what you're saying about the guilt too, because like you said, bringing strangers around your kids, not only do you have to wonder about, okay, what happens if this person isn't there anymore? How is this going to affect my kid? But then as a single parent, you're worried about, who is this person really? Can I trust them? You know what I mean? Like, it's just so much packed into that. So, and I think it's something we can definitely talk about more at a later time. But, I didn't really have anything prepared. I've been working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes. As you know, this was kind of last minute thrown together, and I like to be consistent. But I think it's definitely something worth revisiting because I don't have the statistics, but next time I will, on single Black mothers.
Yeah, it's just hard just even being just a mother and then being a single Black mother. And then it's like a lot of people sometimes are very hypocritical because it's like one side of people is like, you're a single mom, you need to be out there and live life and date. And then it's like once you start dating someone, they're like, well, why are you with them? Or you shouldn't be bringing them around your kids and you don't need to be doing this. And it's like I can't win for losing. It's like, my goodness. So it's like
judgment.
It's hard. Yes, it's judgmental. Then it makes you just want to stay closed in to yourself. Don't want to tell anybody anything because you don't need to know my business. All you're gonna do is throw out negativity or judge me. So it's like it's just hard on all aspects.
Right. And then there's also, along with that, what you were talking about dating multiple people, there is a double standard. As we know, if a man does it, it's fine. Nobody says anything about it. But if a woman's doing it, then we think she's a hoe. And we assume that she's having sex with everybody she dates. Now, I know that, and I don't mind sharing this, and this is not to say anything against anybody who operates differently, but I was a very conservative person with my body. But I still talk to men, and I would still spend time with a man. A man might spend the night at my house, just to be honest.
I don't mean you did something.
And we haven't done anything, just like a Tyler Perry movie, because I had certain things that need to be in place. Even before I came to the church, that's just the way that I was raised. Yeah. But if I chose to indulge with these men, does this mean that I'm some kind of a whore? Because maybe what if I was the type of woman who wanted that type of attention? Yeah. Am I a whore? When a man is doing it and he's got 3 or 4 different women he's having sex with. So, there's a lot that we have to navigate in the world just being women. And that, that's just for women, period. I'm not going to make that a black or white thing when everybody knows that I'm pro-black. Doesn't mean I'm white, but I'm all about anything related to and around black people. But as a woman, we have a whole different set of things that we have to navigate through that the world just thrusts upon us because that's just what they think that we how we should operate, and when we operate outside of that.
There's so many certain standards and a long list of things that we should be doing. And if you're not doing one of those things, you're horrible, you're trash. Like Jesus. Like, man.
Yeah. It's very, very hard. It's hard. Yeah. But what I can tell you, being the age that I am today, to give you some, oh, is that baby girl?
Yeah, Shanice is on here.
Hey, baby girl, look at the ring light. Look at your mama.
I don't want to.
I'm just showing up. Oh, you got a ring light?
Girl. It's not mine. It's the person I've been entangled with. No.
Don't.
I had to put that in there.
Don't. don't. Because we will be talking for 2 hours about the entanglement, okay?
Yes.
Don't, because you have this ability to make me, like, lose it. Like, I would be cracking up and going way over here and there. And people's like, what? I thought this was Family Friday.
Yeah, that is Family Friday.
You really just, okay, let's go on and, yeah. Yeah. You
But
made
yes,
me
I
lose
have
my
a
whole
ring light
mind.
that
I
I'm
had
using.
another
Yes.
point. Huh?
I have a ring light that I'm using, yes.
Yeah, right, the ring light. How's
Yes.
mine looking? How's my ring light? What is it?
It's good.
Okay. Girl, but for real though, I lost my whole everything. I had one more point, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
between baby girl and you entangling, it's gone.
Sorry,
when I watch it back, I'll probably be like, oh yeah, that's what I wanted to. I meant to say that.
Yeah, maybe it'll come to you before it's
No,
over.
it's gone. Oh, wow, it came back. So what I was gonna say was, what I can tell you is, being the age that I am now and living the life that I've lived, at some point you just really won't care what people think of you. You just won't care. Because look at me today on YouTube. You know, I've lived about a life, you know, and I, you know, like any human, made mistakes, made choices that I sit back today and like, just like, wow. So you did that. Wow. Why? Like, what were you thinking? You know, but that's human nature. But today, I don't want to say I don't care, but when it comes to how I'm going to live my life and navigate and move through the world, when it comes to the marrow of the bone, you can kind of think what you want because you're going to think that anyway. So,
right.
One day you'll get to a point where you're like, okay.
Like, so, and I'm slowly coming to that point.
I know. Like I don't care. Like Chadwick said, and when he was playing James Brown, that you made me come out of myself.
Right, come up out myself.
Some of the stuff, I'll be like, oh, Sasha, she coming up out of her. Oh, okay. Yes. I'm here for all of it, every single piece of it. I'm here for
like, y'all gonna judge me either way. It don't matter. People gonna talk behind my back, or you really say it to my face. Like, you're not paying none of my bills. You're not buying my food, paying nothing. So
and you don't even connect with me. You don't check on me.
Right.
You know,
at least see if I'm okay.
You got something to say from a place of judgment, but you ain't checking on me, you know. So, but we can talk about that another time. So, you crack me up, girl. I appreciate your perspective, and I think that these two things like can be revisited over and over, like even be a series because it's relevant. Like there are tons of single Black women in the world, and I could spin this around on so many levels. Like single Black woman growing up in the church, single Black mother growing up in the church, single Black mother growing up in poverty or right at the poverty level. You know, it's so you know what I mean. So, we could just go on and on about this, but for the sake of time, as we would say in the house of the Lord, for the sake of time, we're going to move on with the program. Amen and amen. Amen. So, careful. I think those was his famous last words, the person I'm about to speak of. When he said what he said, I'm going to say this carefully, but it still didn't matter. It didn't matter how careful he was trying to be because you see. So Nick Cannon.
Oh yeah.
The elephant in the room. Growing up in the 90s. Hey, hi.
I showed you that.
You did what?
I showed you that on the next time, but then she was calling me up.
I was calling you up?
I don't know.
So, okay, Nick Cannon is totally tabled. That's a whole sign from the universe not to talk about it because my baby girl's here, and this is who baby girl number 2, twin with her TT. Because tonight I wanted to interview you. This was supposed to be your show.
Interview you.
No way.
Yes way. This was supposed to be Let's Meet Sanaya.
It's supposed to be what's supposed. to be Faith.
No, it was supposed to be
Yeah, it
Sanaya.
was supposed to be you.
And so me and mommy had to have a plan B because you were asleep. Did you get some good sleep?
Uh-huh. And I'm sleeping on it like this.
Okay. So since you're on Instagram, say hi Instagram.
Say hi Instagram.
Hi, let's go.
Yes. So introduce yourself. What's your name?
Sanaya.
Sanaya what?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your last name?
Sanaya Thomas.
Yes, Sanaya Thomas. And who am I?
Nana.
Nana. I love you so much. Who is that? Who is that?
That's
No,
my
listen to
Tiffany's daughter.
No, who is that you're holding?
Oh, I thought you were talking about in the background.
Who is that?
Hi.
Who is this? What's his name?
His name is Daniel.
Hi, Daniel.
Hi.
Does Daniel talk?
Later, okay. I don't know if he talks anymore. Does he still talk?
Sure.
He talks sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Not
So,
working right now.
Sanaya, let the people know a little bit about you. What's your favorite color?
Yeah.
What's
your favorite color?
Green.
Green. Yeah. What's mommy's favorite color?
Pink and blue.
Yeah.
That's right. What's Nana's favorite color? What's my favorite color? Huh?
Purple.
Yes. You're so smart. You remember.
Good job.
So, do you know how to count?
Yes.
What count for me?
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Keep going.
Can you go farther? What's after 10? 11,
12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
Yay!
Good job. I never knew she could count that high.
That was awesome for 3.5 years old.
You're
You guys,
so
my
smart.
baby is 3.5. She's 3 years old. That was great, Sanaya.
Good job.
Do you know your ABCs? Sing the ABC song for Nana.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Yay! That was great. Thank you. That was so
Good job.
good.
Mwah.
Well, Sanaya, before we go, do you have anything you want to talk about to the people?
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I want to talk about my Uncle Reese was going to the playground and TT was going to the playground with us.
Aww.
And we went to the playground so I could slide.
Oh, I saw that on Snapchat. Say hey, TT.
Hey, TT.
Say hey, Uncle Reese.
Hey, Uncle Reese.
Oh, you love your TT and Uncle V's?
Oh, I see TT right there.
Yes!
He's right there.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, the family's here. And we all love you, Sanaya.
I always love y'all.
I know. You're so precious.
I know how to count.
You want to do it again?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 10.
Yay!
Yay!
So before
That's
we
so
go,
cool.
I want to ask you, I know you probably don't do this anymore, Sanaya, but I used to love when you sang Frankie Lyman. Do you still sing Frankie Lyman?
Yeah.
Can you sing a little Frankie Lyman for the people?
But I want to sing the ABC song.
Frankie
Well,
Lyman.
okay, but
She's
hold
on-
on. Remember, baby. You don't want to sing that?
No.
I love when you sing that. You won't sing that with Nana if I sing with you?
No.
No. What was the other one? What about? No.
I want to sing.
Oh no. Sing Juvenile Delinquent.
No. Okay.
Which Frankie Lyman song you want to sing?
Then ABC. Do you have one song that we can close out with other than ABC? What song you want to sing?
Sing your favorite song. What's
Your favorite song.
No.
For the people. For Instagram? For Snapchat? No. You won't sing for Nana?
Sing.
No.
Please, you don't want to sing? You sing for mommy?
Any song?
I want to sing PJ Masks.
Okay. Sing PJ Masks and then we'll go.
PJ Masks with a PJ Masks. PJ Masks with a PJ Masks. 'Cause it's the time. It's the right time to look my gun.
I can't think of it wrong.
PJ Masks with a PJ Masks. PJ Masks with a PJ Masks.
PJ Masks.
Yay! PJ Masks! Woo!
Yay!
What do they say? Don't they say something at the end?
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, I thought they used to say something. Or was that another person?
It's just when they're about to go on a mission or something, they say, PJ Masks, we're on our way into the night to save the day.
Yeah, say that, Sanaya, so we can go. What did they say?
My butt hurts. No way. And in tonight to save the day.
Yay! Good job, Sanaya. Thank you so much for joining and talking to the people and singing to the people. I love you.
I love you too.
Oh. Good night. Mwah.
Are we signing off?
Bye.
Yeah, we signing off.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.